The movie is set in 1917 Republican China, where we see Liu Jinxi and his wife Yu, who is an ordinary couple with two sons named Fengzheng and Xiaoshan. They are living together in Liu Village, Yunnan. Liu works in a newly opened paper mill in their village owned by an old man. Liu seems to enjoy his job at the paper mill and works hard to earn a living for his family. One day, two bandits enter the village and attempt to rob the paper mill where Liu works. They assault the old man and his wife and beat them for money. Liu happens to be in the mill at the time, and he fights them. During this fight, Liu manages to kill both of the bandits with his ordinary fighting skills. The whole village gathers around the mill and watches as Liu kills them. After some time, the news is spread in the entire village and a detective named Zhu Beiju appears, who is sent to investigate the case. During the autopsy, Zhu discovers that one of the dead bandits was Yan Dingsheng, who is among the government's 10 most wanted fugitives. He discovers this when he sees a tattoo behind the ear of one of the fugitives which proves Yan Dingsheng's criminal history. Zhu is startled by it and runs to the local magistrate to deliver this news. Upon hearing it, the local magistrate is pleased, and he along with his fellow villagers regards Liu as a hero. However, Zhu becomes suspicious because he does not believe Liu could accidentally defeat such a formidable bandit without any expert fighting skills. Therefore, he begins keeping an eye on Liu in his day-to-day activities. Zhu also performs another autopsy on Yan Dingsheng's body and notes the signs of brain hemorrhaging due to an injury to his vagus nerve. From this and other evidence, Zhu concludes that Liu is in fact a highly skilled martial artist who conceals his talent through misdirection. To find solid proof of it, he goes to Liu's house but finds his wife Yu there, who is working in the kitchen. Noticing Zhu's throat irritation, Yu offers to make some tea for him while they talk about Liu. During their conversation, Zhu discovers that Liu came to this village 10 years ago from the Gong village after he left his family due to a family fight. Yu was pregnant at that time with her first son, but her husband left her alone with the child and did not come back. Seeing this, Liu decided to marry Yu. After some time, Yu gave birth to Liu's son Xiaoshan, who is currently 4 years old. After learning this, Zhu meets with Liu in the paper mill and asks him about his fight with the fugitives and how he managed to kill them both. Liu gives him a simple explanation and tells him that he was only trying to protect himself while the fugitives were hurting each other and eventually got killed. However, Zhu is not convinced, and he believes that Liu certainly has some extraordinary skills that he is trying to hide from everyone. Meanwhile, the village council visits Liu's house and meets Yu. Yu prepares lunch for them, and they announce that the council has decided to grant free education to Liu's elder son due to his bravery. This makes Yu and her sons very happy as they were unable to afford education due to their humble lifestyle. Meanwhile, Zhu follows Liu to work and keeps an eye on him. He observes his behavior to catch a glimpse of something extraordinary in him but does not find anything suspicious. On their way back from work, Liu is carrying some bamboo and Zhu is walking beside him while observing him quietly. During this, he grows impatient and tries to help Liu carry the bamboo, but Liu declines the offer. However, Zhu does not stop and tries to take the bamboo from him despite his refusal. During this, he throws him off the bridge onto a T branch which is right above a deadly river. Liu begins shouting and calls for help while Zhu observes him from the top to finally reveal his skills. However, Liu does not do anything and falls into the river. He swims across it, comes to the dry land and shivers just like an ordinary person, contrary to Zhu's expectations. After this, Zhu decides to dig further back into Liu's family and find out who he really is. He sends a man to the Gong village to find Liu's original family. At night, Zhu joins Liu and his family for dinner. He asks him more questions about his origins there, but Liu remains silent. Then, he reveals that his father was a cruel man because he considered no difference between animals and humans. One day, his father realized that Liu loved his pet horse very much, so he killed it and made Liu eat its flesh. This broke Liu's heart, and he did not want to stay with his father anymore. Zhu becomes shocked to hear this and stops asking any further questions. The next morning, Liu along with Yu and Xiaoshan go to drop their son to school as it's his first day. There, Liu meets Zhu and they both sit down to talk again. During this, Zhu begins asking him questions again and Liu asks him if he wants to arrest him. Then, Zhu reveals that his father was a butcher and a man had taken a loan from his father, but they could not repay them. So Liu's father made him kill the man and his family. After killing them, Liu realized his mistake, but he did it under his father's influence. Due to this, he was sentenced to 10 years in jail. But Liu ran away and found this village to settle and start a new life. He tells Zhu that he has changed now, and his past is no longer a part of him, so Zhu should stop coming after him and let him live his new life in peace with his family. Once again, Zhu is shocked to hear Liu's story and remains silent while Liu leaves with his family. He watches Liu from a distance while he is with his family but still believes that there is something about him, so he decides to hit him with an axe and see his reflexes. However, when he hits Liu's shoulder, it injures him badly, and once again Liu proves to be a common man and Zhu realizes his mistakes. Zhu goes back to his house and feels traumatized for hitting a poor man while his man returns from the Gong village after completing his investigation into Liu and his family. He reveals that there is no village called Gong and there is not even a butcher with a last name as Gong. However, 10 years a family was killed who had taken a loan from a butcher named Zhang. When the man was unable to repay the loan, he along with his family was butchered and his flesh was fed to the villagers. Then he helps Zhu recall this case and he realizes that it actually happened 10 years ago. After this incident, the second-in-command leader of this family, Tang Long, went missing. This is when Zhu realizes that Liu is Tang Long and he is the second-in-command of the 72 Demons, a group of vicious and bloodthirsty warriors. Zhu then decides to go to the county to get an arrest warrant for Liu. On his way, he sees Liu again, who asks him where he is going. Liu lies to him that he is leaving for good and will not come back. Then, he shows Zhu a shortcut to reach his home through the forest. Zhu follows him silently and looks scared to death because he thinks that Liu might kill him, but he is perplexed when Liu fails to kill him when they are alone. Zhu immediately returns to the county office to obtain an arrest warrant for Tang Long. However, the magistrate delays issuing the warrant, citing a lack of evidence while actually soliciting a bribe from Zhu. He demands 20 silver coins from Zhu, which is quite a huge amount to pay. So, Zhu eventually obtains the bribe money from his estranged wife, who blames him for causing her father's suicide. He comes to the magistrate with the coins, and he happily issues a warrant for him. After issuing the warrant, the magistrate informs the master of the 72 demons of Tang Long's whereabouts, hoping to receive a reward for a criminal. However, to his surprise, the master gets offended and reveals that Liu is his son, and he kills the magistrate. After this, the master sends his henchmen to Liu's village to capture Liu and raise the village. Meanwhile, Zhu and the constables are on their way there. The two henchmen reach the village and meet Liu in the market, who is there with his family. They address Liu with his original name, but he does not acknowledge it, so they kill a villager to force Liu to acknowledge his identity. After this, Liu comes face to face with them, kills one of the two assailants, and runs away. The other assailant, who is the master's wife, chases Liu and fights with him in the buffalo shed, where she is crushed in a stampede and nearly falls into a river. As Liu attempts to save her, she once again tells him that he is still Tang Long, so Liu lets her go. She falls to her death, and the remaining villagers flee to a fortress for safety. During this, Zhu along with his deputies arrive at the village, and after realizing the situation, they decline to save the village, preferring to wait for Liu and the 72 demons to kill each other. Zhu tells him that he will take Liu to court when he is done with the 72 demons, and for that they must find a way to get rid of them. Using his knowledge of physiology, Zhu devises a plan to fake Liu's death. He tells him that when the 72 demons arrive, Zhu will press his vagus nerves in such a way that he will be in a state of death for 15 minutes. This will make them think that Tang Long is dead, so they will leave, and once they do, Zhu will revive Liu back. However, when the 72 demons arrive, the ruse continues too long, and Zhu is forced to revive Liu in front of the 72 demons, who have assembled to pay respect to their fallen comrade. Now, 72 demons realize that Liu has been faking his death, and they prepare to take him with them, but as a sign of his dedication, Liu severs his left arm, announcing that he has broken all ties with them. The 72 demons accept his statement but tell him that he must speak with the master, who is waiting for him at his house. Liu heads back to his house with a severed arm, and after a tense dinner in which the master has taken Liu's family hostage, the master announces that he will allow Liu to leave the 72 demons, but Ziloshan has to take his place. Enraged, Liu attacks the master with a broadsword, but the master uses Qigong to protect himself from the blade. During this, Zhu infiltrates the house through a hatch and, from underneath the floor, weakens the master's defense during the fight by piercing his heel with an acupuncture needle. The master incapacitates Zhu and proceeds to overpower Liu. Before the master can kill Liu, Zhu attacks the master with another acupuncture needle to the neck. The master fatally wounds Zhu, but the needles act as a lightning rod and earthing wire, and the master is killed by a bolt of lightning. With his dying breath, Zhu announces the case is closed. Liu returns home, living a normal life with his family. Movie Dragon is a combination of martial arts action, suspense, and a thought-provoking resolution that delves into the themes of redemption and the consequences of one's past actions. It's a well-crafted and engaging martial arts film with a compelling story. Please click subscribe and like button if you enjoyed this movie recap. Thank you.